The thrill of adventure is often found in facing the unknown, meeting adversity head-on and persevering in the face of danger. This was one of those trips, one where at every turn we faced challenges. 9 rigs will be pushed by historic flooding, route changes, and unexpected obstacles. My name is Chris, and this is The Road to Overland. This trip was originally planned as a 4-day journey across the Georgia Traverse, a 400-mile trek of most Forest Service roads in North Georgia. Localized wildfires, burn bans, and permit issues halted that trip a week before it even began, forcing the team to reevaluate. Instead, we settled on traversing the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway in eastern Kentucky. We did not know what would lie ahead. As we drew closer to the departure date, forecasts of heavy rain and flooding grew daily. The further into Kentucky I got, the more clear it became that this was not just regular rain. We were facing historic levels of flooding. I made my first contact with the group by meeting Kevin in Livingston. He had already been in the area for several hours trying to find an approach to our planned camp. High water crossings and landslides prevented him from moving forward. We planned to approach the camp in a different direction and then set off. Not even an hour into our journey, we reached our first obstacle. What was normally a calm creek was now a raging river.
It's moving pretty good. What do you think?
Because of the speed and the height. My other concern is what happens tomorrow morning after all this rain?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been able to check the weather to see how long it's supposed to keep going, too.
Based on this is supposed to thunderstorms or tornado watches and thunderstorms until 11 tonight. So I don't know.
With my Tacoma at stock ride height and Kevin towing a trailer, we made a judgment call to return to higher ground and wait for backup.
No, you're good. You're back into the water, but you're not hitting anything yet. All right, I think you should be able to cut it and bring it up.
Shortly after getting turned around, we would also make contact with Ben from Optimist Overland as well as his family. We returned to the National Forest camp at the top of the mountain and took some time to get acquainted. Once our ride leader Sean arrived, I hopped in his Land Cruiser and we headed back down to take stock of the river. Even in Sean's well-built Land Cruiser, it was abundantly clear we were not going to be able to pass through the river.
Yeah. Oh no, I couldn't do that.
From that point, we made the call to make camp for the night at the campground on higher ground and prepare for what was to come.
Oh yeah.
Just like that one, that's a 180. I need a 270.
Yeah.
I needed to go around the tailgate back there. And the reason we didn't...
The rains were coming, that they were going to go to jail.
Susie, do you want a cookie?
Now, had I known all
Who
this
got 'em out?
information, we got them out of the river.
Natural peanut butter.
Water.
So we had a very brief break in the rain. I thought this is a wonderful opportunity for me to take the tent down, pack up camp. As I'm on top of the tent, I've got it folded up, I'm on top of the tent. There is a lightning strike right down in that valley over there, and the sky just opened up. I am soaked, like absolutely drenched. This is interesting.
I think overwhelmingly we agree that we don't want to go into the floods. We want to avoid them as much as possible. So that being said, we are going to now switch directions. Essentially, we're going to go north on the Kentucky Adventure Tour, and now we're going to go south. Bands of Rains we're right at the edge of it. It makes sense to try to at least get out of it, even though it is going to affect the beautiful trails I wanted to show y'all. It throws the whole plan off. The biggest thing it throws off is campsites.
I'm just following your red propane tank. That's all my job is today. Well, that's probably the smell of my truck.
All along our journey in Kentucky, there were dozens of old farms and old barns, most of which were still actively populated and being used. There were many instances throughout this trip where you actually felt like, and in probably some cases you were, driving through someone's front yard. With a late start and a break in the rain, we got the opportunity to hit our first set of more technical trails of the trip. These trails were mostly light with some small rock shelves and bare faces to navigate. Nothing major, but it was a good introduction to off-roading in Kentucky.
That you'll see is
Back on pavement, it wouldn't be long for us to find the next major obstacle of our journey. A local river had completely overtaken the road.
Ever see duck boats? You ever been to Boston and see them duck boats? That's what you look like if you want them bands in the back.
Sean did some light scouting ahead, but wasn't able to accurately judge the depth, which was an absolute must for our crew, given that we had some lower clearance vehicles.
Tsunami!
To get a better idea of what we were up against required a little bit of creativity. With the path clear, it was time for the team to move across the water. It wasn't a raging torrent by any means, but it was deep, especially for someone in one of the lower clearance vehicles on the trip. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous going into this one. After we all made it safely through the water crossing, it was back on the highway for some time to get to our next trail. It wouldn't take long at all for distant, dark skies to start forming as we headed further along the road. Luckily for us, back on gravel, the storms that were on the horizon had just missed us and gave us a great opportunity to take in the sun and enjoy Kentucky's natural beauty. One of my absolute favorite parts of this trip was getting to take in scenes like this. This trailside waterfall, it's the kind of undisturbed beauty that's just hard to come by, and is definitely a welcome sight after a long day on the trail. With growing storm clouds, calls for heavy rain, and uncertainty of where the next camp may be, we decided to make camp for the evening. It didn't take long for us to realize that this plan was going to need to be reconsidered. The camp we planned to use was absolutely trashed. Broken glass, beer cans, a tire fire. These are the kind of things that get trails closed permanently and ruin the fun for the rest of us. Always remember to tread lightly and leave no trace. Sean and Raleigh left to scout for backup campsites in the area while storm clouds rapidly moved in.
It looks like I'm going to have to remove 2 small trees to open up the entrance to it, but other than that, it's not rough. It's just a little bit tight, but it's certainly not rough. It does have one mud hole. Let me poke on this thing. Yeah, we can get around it. On this end, we're going to have to make something right here work, which I think this spot I'm at will, because I'm telling y'all, up ahead, it gets slight picking. So, y'all are pretty sure you're willing to come down here and camp instead, start lining up and getting ready for that. And y'all keep here.
Luckily for us, Sean was able to secure a campsite. This would come at a cost. The way in had downed trees and several deep, rutted out mud holes. The way into this campsite was a true testament to bringing the right people with you on a trip. Every single person was able to pitch in and help get us down to this campsite.
Keep going straight then? Yeah.
It's a little cozy coming through here. Copy.
Everything is in contact, did you not? Yeah, that's what that's it.
After a lot of uncertainty throughout the day, it felt good to get into camp and relax a little to prepare for what was to come. Next time on the road to Overland.
Or dissect there.
So there's lots of Alps.
Tom, Tommy, let's stop this.
Copy.